2024, things need to change, both personally, here at the channel. Things are changing. Last year, I fished a lot of small tournaments, team tournaments, Tuesday nighters, mixed a lot of things up. All that, all tournaments take time away from family, home commitments, balance, life, work. And so we're changing things up this year. So there's going to be less tournament videos probably on the channel this year. Maybe a little bit less overall content. But we're actually going to change things up in kind of an exciting way. I'm actually planning to primarily focus on 4 200 to 225 plus boat tournaments this year. That means a few less Tuesday nighters, probably a lot less Tuesday nighters, maybe less team tournament trail stuff. I'd love to fish the TBF team trail again if I can make it work. If I do, probably won't be practicing much because each one of these events is going to take at least like a week of my time. And we're going to touch on what those events are and why I'm excited to focus all my time on those. That's kind of the shakeup. We're going to probably fish less, but go all in on 4 events. Less time to do fun trips like I did with TK out to South Dakota and AJ, things like that. We just won't have the time to do like as many fun trips and experimenting and doing like specialty trips or focusing on swim baits or neat stuff like that. But I'm really going all in on 4 big tournaments. The first tournament kicking things off will be the Bass Nation qualifier on the Mississippi River out of La Crosse, Wisconsin, May 8th through the 10th. That's a 3-day tournament. It could be up to 250 boats. The top, I think, 20 or 25 go directly to the Bass Nation Championship in November, which then puts you on the doorstep of the Bassmaster Classic, which is definitely still a life goal. I've knocked on the door 3 times at the Bass Nation National Championship, not gotten it done, so that is still one of my major factors and drivers as how I choose and what I fish and things like that. So that'll be out of La Crosse, Wisconsin. I've got a little bit of experience that time of year. I'm pretty familiar with La Crosse, but I know there'll be a ton of locals in that event. So I know it won't be easy, but it's an event that I'm excited for. Bass Nation has ramped up the payouts at these qualifier events. They're going to be on par with kind of like mini Bassmaster Opens. La Crosse is a place I've done well at. Pretty excited about that. It's great fishery. Going to be a lot of great competition in that event. I expect it's going to be close to a full field at 250 boats. 3-4 days of practice, 3-day tournament, full week of dedication. It's nice that that's 3 hours within my house. It's going to make things a little more easy, but I'm super excited to kick off the year in early May, focusing on that event. And that will be the first crack at getting back towards the Bass Nation National Championship and fishing a big event with some solid payouts close to home. What are the other big 3 events I'm fishing? The Bassmaster Open, Division 3 Bassmaster Opens, all 3 of them. We're going to Lake St. Clair in July 11th through 13th, followed by Leech Lake, August 22nd through 24th, and then La Crosse again, September 12th through 14th. Those are all potentially 3-day tournaments with 225 boats. I think, based on how things are going, I think they're going to have a pretty full field in the northern events. That northern swing's going to be pretty good. But I also think there's going to end up being quite a few locals in those events because they are the 6th, 7th, and 8th out of 9 for the EQs. So I do think that will open the window for a lot of local anglers to get into those, Northern Division or E Division 3s. Why am I choosing to go all in on these? I've never fished a Bassmaster Open in all my life. There's 4 or 5 days of practice for each event, plus the 2 guaranteed days, plus the 3rd day if you make the cut. Well, it's pretty simple. Bass has made a point with the schedule to come up to the northern central part of the United States. I've been an avid Bassmaster fanatic my whole life. 45 years old. I can never remember a time where I could barely get one tournament that would be within 3-hour drive of my house. And this, for the first time ever, there's a division with 2 events within 3 hours of my house. Am I a ringer? Am I a local on any of those events on Leech or La Crosse? No, but I've had success, and I feel pretty good about those events. And if there's ever a time to test yourself, this seems like a good year to do it. I mean, this could literally be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to have these marquee events, Bassmaster Opens, come close to home. So I figure if you're ever going to test yourself, if you're ever going to take your swing, fish for a Bassmaster Classic, yes. Is it a long shot? Absolutely it is. To win a 200-boat tournament is a long shot regardless of where it is or what field. But I'm never going to be able to fish a division of the Opens as affordably as I can with 2 within 3 hours of my house. Travel expenses, I've got friends, places to stay, things like that for a lot of these events. And then Lake St. Clair is a bit of a wild card. I've never been there, but it's a bucket list lake. That's a place I want to go anyways. It's not a huge drive. It's like 11 hours, and it should be a blast. I mean, even if I suck it up there, I'm probably going to catch, 30, 40 fish and catch 18 pounds a day, which doesn't sound all that bad. Obviously, that's not what we're shooting for. And, St. Clair has been a place where, not always is it won and dominated by northern smallie anglers. You see, anglers in the elite fields, and FLWs that are not traditional smallies. So I feel like St. Clair's one of those kind of wild, wide open, kind of anything can go down there. So I'm pretty excited about that. So that schedule, pretty excited. Smallies, largemouth, shallow, deep, front-facing sonar, frogging, flipping. There's a little bit of everything on that schedule. And I'm pretty excited to test myself and see what I can do in a single division. And, if things go right, you make a top 10, you win one, you got 3 chances to go to the Bassmaster Classic. Right now, I got a pretty good truck. The Camus, the Slamus is awesome. It's fully tournament rigged. It's ready to go to compete at this level. I'm in a place where I can shell out $6,500 in entry fees for these 4 tournaments plus travel expenses. So, it's probably going to be 8, 9, 10 grand all in outlay of cash. So hopefully we cash some checks. The new, improved payouts in the Opens, which are still not great, but it's a little better. So a few more spots, a few more checks to be had, a little more opportunity to increase that ROI. Things just seem right to take this shot in 2024. Love to hear what you guys think about the channel, the new direction. If you're excited to watch, obviously we're going to be recording, doing videos for these 3 events. Still looking for somebody to maybe possibly help me edit this to even do a higher quality, but I'm overall pretty excited. And thanks to you and the support and everybody that's ever liked or comment or watched one of my videos. You've done a little bit to help me be able to set myself up to be able to take advantage of this opportunity, and I really appreciate that. So if you're into tournament videos and you want just little tastes of what those tournament videos could look like, will look like, and maybe even be better, check out my recent tournament video on the screen right here.